Hey everyone, so I wanted to talk about art goals in this video. So I'm going to talk about the goals I had made for myself last year and the goals that I made for myself this year in 2022. So last year, I definitely did not do well in my goals. Um, so I'm just going to go through the list and kind of touch on what I did, what I didn't do. So the first one was post weekly on socials. And if you just look at the broad statement, yes, I did make that goal. But to be honest, when I wrote that in a way that was broad so that I could say, yes, I made that goal. But in reality, that goal was mainly for Instagram, and I did not make that goal. And I'm not counting the times where I posted multiple times in 1 week. I don't even think I would have made the weekly goal if I did count that. I'm not really sure. Um, but I know for a fact I didn't post at least once a week on Instagram, and I did miss a few times on TikTok. So, I'm just gonna say I definitely failed that goal. Um, Post one YouTube video a month. I didn't make that goal either. I definitely at least did. I did more than half. I did more than 6 videos. So I did get kind of close, but I did not make one a month. Um, I just find that the equipment that I currently have and the equipment that I kind of need is not equivalent. um, the my computer is just not like a powerhouse. It doesn't do well for video editing. I recently got an iPad, but moving stuff from my phone or my camera to the iPad has been just really difficult. I like having a hard time doing that, not for pictures, but just for videos. So, if anybody knows like a better way to do it, because I would like to try editing on the iPad, please let me know. Um, Other than just doing the videos on my iPad, which is not possible. Um, but yeah, and I can't record my voice because I don't have a microphone, so I can't record my voice on the laptop. I have to do it on my phone. So then it's it's a huge process and something that's hard to do when you also have a full-time job. Um, and you're trying to make stuff for conventions and all that. Just it's hard. Um, So I'm just going to get into the next goal. Launch an Etsy shop by January 2021. I made that goal. Um, my Etsy shop, it doesn't really do well, especially compared to conventions, but I launched it. I have made multiple sales. Um, yeah, and I am leaning on moving away from Etsy. I didn't make that one of my goals for next year because I'm not or for this year because I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be able to do that this year, but I would eventually like to move away from Etsy's platform. Um, Looking at my analytics, every sale I've made is someone that went through my Instagram or my TikTok, or basically I drew them there. Etsy's platform did all they did was help me to like be able to put my stuff somewhere. And then they took a whole bunch of fees. Yeah, I haven't had a single sale from somebody just searching stuff. Um, and I know there's like SEO and all that. And honestly, I think my items are fine when it comes to SEO and all that. Um, just for whatever reason, my Etsy, I don't know. Um, but I have ideas, and I'll get into that later. So apply for at least 2 craft shows or conventions, and I surpassed that by so much. Not only did I apply for more than 2, I got into every single one that I applied for, except for I think one. I think there was only one I didn't get into, and that's because there was rollovers from last year, so I was put on a wait list instead. But they ended up canceling it this year or last year, so they're gonna do it or try to do it this year. So I think I'm still on the wait list for that, but I don't really have high hopes. Um, yeah, so I think of totaling up all the craft shows, mini cons, and regular conventions, I think I've done a total of 7 last year, and I do have a video planned, kind of reflecting on my first year in conventions and what I did to improve and how I want to improve in the future. Um, so the next goal was finish 1 monthly drawing challenge, and didn't do that. Maybe next year. I don't have it as my goal next year, but maybe next year. Um, I started on a drawing challenge that I actually decided to make into a craft challenge, and I found that with my full-time job and the time of year it wasn't ideal. It was hard. So I kind of did it, but I didn't finish it. So I would say that goal was a failure. Create a website to use as a portfolio was my last goal, and I didn't do that either. Um, yeah, I just didn't find the time to make a website. Um, so yeah, let's just dive into my 2022 goals. But before I do that, I just want to talk about what I'm doing on the screen. So I've drawn this fox in this pose with like a little circle of leaves around it before, I think twice now. Um, and each time I feel like I've improved, but every time I do it, I've always done watercolor with it. And so I just kind of wanted to try it with a different medium, try something new. Um, as of recording this voiceover, though, um, I have done this within a span of 2 days. I decided to not only do it traditionally, but also digitally. And I first did it traditionally with alcohol markers. I felt the color looked really splotchy, so I wanted to try doing it digitally. And as like I said, as I'm recording this, I'm still editing the video, so I don't actually know if I'm going to do the digital version or the traditional version, and whichever you're seeing. But no matter what, it is the same fox, same pose, same little leaf background. And depending on how long the video is, I might just, kind of stitch both of them together. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, I personally like how both of them turned out. I wish the color in the traditional wasn't so splotchy, and I think there were some things in the digital that I would like to have changed, but the digital piece was my first finished iPad piece. I just, like I said earlier, I got an iPad, and I wanted the fox to be the first one I made, and it was. So yeah. Anyway, it's a piece that I don't know why, I just really like making it. That and my little like jar with a little mushroom inside and a little fairy, which I would like to remake, maybe this year. But that's not one of the goals. Okay, we're gonna get into my 2022 goals. So, first goal: post at least 1 video a month. I made it my goal last year and I failed, but this year I really would like to try and do it. I want to put the money that I've been making from conventions into not only upgrading my convention table and more supplies and etc., but to kind of just like building a better I don't know how to word it. Build just like getting better equipment for making videos. Mainly like a microphone and maybe a better video editing platform. Or platform, you guys know what I mean. Um, but yeah, I don't really, like I explained earlier, I don't think I have the right equipment to make videos the way I want to make them. And that's why I've kind of been discouraged on making them. Although I did have some fun kind of stitching and editing together the convention vlogs. Although I will say I feel very awkward filming them. But I think the awkwardness is slowly going away. And I have a ton of conventions this year, so there'll probably be more of this. And I have like plenty of video ideas as well. It's just a matter of making them. So next goal relates to my social medias. Like I did last year, I made last year's very broad, but this year I made it very specific. So I want to post at least one image on Instagram a week, at least 2 videos on TikTok a week, and like I said just a second ago, at least 1 video a month on YouTube. And all of those I eventually want to tie into my coffee account, which I will talk about later in the goals. But yeah, I just want to kind of post more, get my name out there more, because I also have some goals for follower counts for TikTok. I want to try and reach 5,000 by the end of the year. And Instagram, I want to try and reach 1,000 by the end of the year. YouTube, because I don't post a whole lot, I'm not really trying for a specific goal, but 100, I guess, is kind of where I'd like to be at. And I think I'm almost halfway there at this point. So thank you all for subscribing and watching my videos. So the next goal is create a website. So that was last year's goal that I didn't accomplish, and I'd really like to make a website this year because, like I said, I want to move my shop away from Etsy, but I also want to have a portfolio that I can send conventions and not just my Instagram page. And I'd also like to have a portfolio for other business means, for doing freelance work and doing commissions. Relating to that kind of, I want to promote my coffee more. I don't really promote it at all, so literally nobody knows I have it. But I do have a coffee account. If you don't know what coffee is, it's like Patreon, but more of a tip jar. You don't have to subscribe every month. You can just do a one-time donation if you want, or you can donate every month. It's really up to you. And there's like different ways artists can do this so that only people who have donated can see specific art pieces that you post on there. And I really am slowly upgrading my coffee account to that. I've been like making small changes and stuff, and I want to basically have like you can see sneak peeks and everything on there, and then before all the other socials. And I haven't done that yet. Right now my account is more of just a tip jar, but yeah, eventually it will be that. And I also post my 2022 goals and my convention schedule all on there. So if you want to see my con schedule, you can look on there. Create a posable doll figurine. that is something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. And this year, I really want to at least research into it and figure out what I need to like learn and know, and then hopefully make one this year. If you don't know what that is, just look up like one of a kind sculpture dolls. You'll probably see what I'm trying to make basically. I'm not talking about like taking a doll and taking off its features and like kind of remaking it. I'm not knocking those people. I subscribe to some of them and they make some amazing things. But the type of doll I'm thinking of, it's just a different type of doll. The next goal is make thanks car make a unique piece a month, and I made that very broad, but I'm not talking about my charms because I make like different unique charms all the time, but sometimes I just like remake the same things. I'm talking about more of like sculptures and figurines. I want to make something different and unique, and maybe like 1 month it's like a very unique type of octopus. Next month is a remaking of that little mushling sculpture that I made, which I do want to remake at some point. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with that goal. I want to make something different and unique at least once a month. My other goal is to work 5+ shows, and in a way I actually already finished that one. So I've already gotten into more than 5 shows, and I haven't done them yet because the year only started, but in a way I've already accomplished it, unless they all get canceled, which if they do, I'd still say that goal was an accomplishment because I applied and got into them. So the next few goals are really just improvement goals. I want to obviously improve on my polymer clay pieces. That's why I have so many goals relating to that. But I want to improve watercolor and learn gouache. I want to improve on crochet. I have a whole bunch of yarn just sitting there waiting for me to use it. And I would like to do at least one moderately big size painting. I have a whole bunch of canvases that I've collected that were like on clearance or really good sales that I really haven't touched. So I really, really want to do at least one painting this year, if not more. So yeah, those were all my goals. Some of them were very specific, some very broad and more hopeful, but you never know, for 2022. So yeah, if you guys have any goals, either art goals or yearly goals or whatever, let me know in the comments. I'm really interested to know what kind of goals you guys have for yourselves. I know there have been a few of these art goals videos that I've seen from people I'm subscribed to, and I just like hearing like what other people want to improve on and what they want to do this year. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.